Alright, I brought y'all back over here to this. I wanted to see what it looked like. It's right here close to the road too. So I got a couple of questions about it. Like, what does it mean? Why do they build that, and what's it mean? And I'm wondering too if it's pointing towards a certain direction. Because I've checked it with the compass. So it was wet in here before. The last times we were in here it was wet. It's not wet now. So see, that one didn't come from here. See the end of it? That one didn't come from here. That one's pushed over, or leaning over. And then the other one over there, it didn't come from there either. So it looks about the same. So if you go back into Chris Connor, the Trail to Bigfoot, go back into his videos, and about the time I found this and was filming it, he had found it before that. He had found it a year before that, before I did, and he had filmed it, and it was only the X. This one piece here wasn't there yet, wasn't here yet. When he came back a year later, around the same time that I found it, this one had been added to it. This big main one there that's on top. So I've got an idea what it's pointing to, but I'm not really sure if that's what it means. If this is a really big one here, if it's pointing to a certain direction. So I'm wondering what it means. And like I said, if it's pointing towards a certain direction. See, that didn't come from here. I don't think it broke off of that. That looks older. That right there looks a lot older, that little stump. But still, if it did come from that. Same thing here, that don't match up to that. So I'm really wondering about it. So I wanted to bring you back here and show it to you again. And so we could see what it looked like now. It was actually about 2 years ago when I found it. And this had water in it here. The swamp had water in it. I was out here wading in the water and feeling around the bottom of these to see if they had a root or stump to them. So yeah, even then that was old there. When this was brought in, that was old. Anyway, that's definitely not natural. Doesn't look natural to me. And you can see how they fit in together. So that one's definitely leaning over. That's the bottom. Then that thin one there it was coming next. And then that top one. And then they're wedged in against that one that's going right up in the middle of them. Because I know these trees rot and they fall over. But this does not look natural. See, ones like that that looks natural. It looks like a natural fall. I just figured I'll show you that to you while we're here and let's take a look at it. Yeah, that one's got a stump there where it fell over. And then let's look at this one. Because I'm just comparing them to the one over there. The X structure. Actually, we call that a TeePee structure. So I'm just wondering, could that have fallen from that? And then these look older because they're grown over. And that's actually pretty old there. It's rotted on up there. Sometimes they fall in between the trees in some weird ways. Anyway, so I was just comparing some of these that are close by to the TeePee structure there. So I'll have to name this video Returning to the TeePee structure 2 years later. And it looks the same other than this is dry in here now where it was wet before. All them cypress heads I was around this morning had water in them. We're holding water. This one doesn't look like it's got water in it. Unless it's on up in there ways. Alright, well, there's the return to the TeePee structure.